longer, but I've got a secret to tell, and I've been holding on to it for um, 18 years. Anyway, I've been writing music since I was young, but the earliest recorded documents I have is from 2007. Um, yeah, that's my secret. I write music. I write songs, I write poetry. I sing when no one's listening. I dance and holler when no one's around. But whenever I'm going through something, and I've gone through a bit, I'll write a song about it. I wrote a song about every possible thing I can, and I've just kept it to myself. I'm now 33, and there's no age limit. I mean, there's absolutely no age limit on anything, but more than that, there's no age limit on writing songs and singing. Your voice is your voice until it's not your voice anymore. And I've kept it a secret because it's not something I had the scope to even dream about. So I used to say I wanted to be an artist, I wanted to be a writer, I wanted to do this, that, and the other. But it's it was what was attainable. The idea of writing and singing my songs in the public had not even crossed my mind as an opportunity or even a possibility. So it's just something that I did. It's just something I did in secret, and it was my little thing. If you piss me off, there's a song about it. If I was happy about something, there's a song about it. If I was longing for something I've never had, there's a song about it. Um, and it wasn't until this year I I put I put together a recording. I was driving. I was heading to the laundromat, and when I'm driving is when I sing the most. It's me in a car. It's a concert for one, and I love me a car ride. But I had turned off my phone and I was just kind of feeling the flow. And whenever I'm making a song without knowing, I've just been doing it my whole life. I'll just find a flow or something will come out of me. It just does. I was tapping on my little steering wheel and I was just kind of gearing up and a song flew out. And right before it flew out for the first time, I took my mom's advice. I put the recorder on and the voice recording, and I recorded a song that I call "Indifferent Isn't Different," and it was just about being complacent and complicit, excuse me, and complicit in this world as of now when people are dying and I'm just doing my laundry to go to work, you know? And it was just this moment of I was so angry that I hadn't done anything that I thought valuable and I was just complicit and I was indifferent and indifferent isn't being different. And that was basically the gist of it, you know? And I belted this little thing out. I guess the best way I can say is I probably sing my most natural tunes, like fucking show tunes. Help me. But yeah, I did. I had a song stuck in my throat and I let it out and this time I recorded it. And then it just dawned on me that oh yeah, I forget that this is like a whole avenue. Some of my favorite artists like in the moment is like Halsey and Florence and the Machine, and I like them because I like the way they sing. I love Nora Jones just because she's very like in the moment. And then I forgot her name. I feel bad for saying that, but there's this song called 2 a.m. and I thought that was very close to me poetically. So there's just these things that have influenced me, and then I found my little journal from when I moved from Ohio to California in 2007. And there it was, the very first song I ever wrote. The very first song I had stuck in my head was when I was like 9, walking in a forest, and it just landed in my head, and I couldn't not sing it, and I sang it so much, and it was just like 4 lines, but I just sang it over and over again, and I had written it down in 2007, and I was like, okay, there's documentation, there's intellectual property right there, that exists, that's real, and yeah, so now I'm like, well, I might as well get it out. this year has been the first year in corporate America for me. It's my first time doing a 9 to 5 for reals, 40 hours a week and 5 days a week. Fucking killing me, but it's bartending, so it's fun and it makes a lot of money. But it also makes a lot of opportunity. And I have an opportunity to be angry for 8 hours a day. Well, now six because I cut our hours. But I realized that, like, I need to get fired from this job, right? Like, I hadn't been fired before. So I'm like, if I get fired from this job, that'll be the catalyst that I need to, like, push me to do something, get me out of my nest. Like, I'm too comfortable here. And then there came a moment where I should have been fired. I could have been fired, wrongdoing or not. I should have been fired. It's 3 strikes. I should be fired, but they didn't fire me. And I'm like, okay, well, that shake up, those like 48 hours where I'm like, oh, I'm definitely dead. I gotta go find another job and yada yada. I was like, no, let me just fire myself. Not quit, but like to fire myself to get my own fire and to do this. So I looked up the voice auditions, right? Because what the fuck? I have an extreme stage fright. So my stomach falls out from underneath me whenever I get on stage. And in Vegas, when I was bartending in Las Vegas, on Saturdays we had karaoke night. It took me months to finally build the courage to be the last one to sing when everyone was gone. And my comfortable genre is country. It's easy for me to sing. And so I just worked up the nerve, and then sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. But I was like, okay, if I can do those little, they do circuits on karaoke, and this guy, he comes up to Seattle, so he's up here too. But I thought to myself, okay, The Voice is basically like karaoke night times a million. Don't really care for it. I'm not really big on that type of scene, but I would love the opportunity to get on stage on national television, belt my little heart out, simply as a fu to a lot of people that I've written songs about. You know, I I thought, oh well, YouTube does the same thing. I've had this YouTube, I think, since I started Google back in the day, way back in the day, and before, whenever I was angry, I would just post like cryptic shit or like post about whomever. If it's not my aunt, it's gonna be my ex. If it's not my ex, it's gonna be my grandpa. If it's not my grandpa, it's gonna be my dad. If it's not my dad, it's gonna be my mom. I'm just mad at everybody. I'm at BPD. A bitch can get mad about nothing. But I have used music as a source of therapy. If I haven't sung in a week, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm irritable. I have to sing. I don't it's you can call it the tism and that it's my favorite stem, but it is how I regulate my body. It's how I bring down my cortisol levels. It's how I relax. So that's my secret. I write and sing songs, and I do it to a concert of none. And I am selling out bathroom stalls, let me tell you. My car, I never decline. Anyway, I just had to get it out of my mind. It's 2025. The old idols are dying. Nobody wants to see, scripted drama. People want real. And I thought, well, why not be the next emerging nobody? I'm 33. Cyndi Lauper started at 31, so like, bitch is still up on stage. I mean, I'm so sorry, Madonna, but she's still up on stage too. Everyone's still up on stage. But I thought, what better challenge than to get in shape, to sing and dance, to do all the fun stuff, fucking join Broadway, I don't fucking know. But, you know, I could write a play with all the songs that I've written. So I figured, okay, well, what's stopping me? I quit now. I quit this life path that I've done, bartending to bar owner to mobile bar cart entrepreneur foundation to, like, I know where I'm going. Why not do a little detour? A little fun detour. So that's it. I am going to pursue the whole singing bit and sing and write my songs, sell them to anybody who listen. I I've come to a crossroads in my listening ability, where I'm not listening and I'm not hearing any artists who are saying what I'm thinking. I finally got to the point in my life where I'm listening for songs of wives who are now divorced, who are now trying again, who are dealing with their exes and their exes, and I'm not finding this point I'm in music. And so I was like, well, I should be the point in music that I'm looking for. If I can't find it, it's official. I've come to the end of the road. There's no more people who can sing songs that I feel like. It's time to buckle down, little girl, and build that shit out. So I will never be monetized because I cuss too much, but that's fine. So yeah, I don't know how I sound on screen. I don't know how I sound on the mic. I know I sound when I'm in my shower and there's beautiful reverb. I know I sound in the kitchen of my bar. I know how I sound when I'm walking my dog in my neighborhood. And I like the way I sound. I like to hear myself sing. Call me conceited, call me what you want. I enjoy it. And it makes me happy. I this this whole year and whatnot, in a few months, I've been working at corporate America. I wrote 12 songs. That's how much. That's how much I hated that shit. I was so angry all the time. I was like, I'm fucking stuck here for 8 hours. Anyway, I made 12 songs. I wrote them down in my little notes app, and then my phone broke one day, and I couldn't remember them because I wrote them down, and when I write things down, it gives my brain permission to forget it. And it was really hard. I actually cried. I cried, and I don't often cry over broken shit. And it was 12 songs. My favorite song out of that entire, and it was an album. I had made an album on the phone on a writing app that I didn't save an email to, and my favorite song, I can't say it here. Peg, PEG, you know what I mean. And it was about being manic and popping booty holes. I was a wild kid. I was a wild person. Still am, but I'm I have a collar, so I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm not gonna act up too much. It was my favorite song, and I had three points for the choruses, like four verses. I have made a song. I just didn't have like a beat to it. But it was a pop punk song, but it was with a little rapping in it. I'm a bit of everything. And then I made a ballad. If you've ever seen the movie Ballad of Buster Scruggs, you kind of know the vibe. My grandpa used to love Westerners, and so he would make me watch these Western movies. And before that, my best friend's grandmother loved TCM, the movie TMC. There you go, TMC. So I would watch these like old movies where the cowboy and the pilgrim woman and love and yada yada, and there's just this vibe. I can't explain it, but I had made basically like a cowboy ballad for a mistress, right? It wasn't really one mistress because there were several mistresses in my day of being a wife. And so I just made a mistress song, from wife to mistress. This was your song. And I absolutely adored it. I even, because essentially the end song is that as soon as my bees get a hold of your story, they'll be buzzing up your satellites. That was like the end all be all lyric, right? Like they'll be buzzing up your satellites. So I got a bunch of bees. My decorations in my house is bees. And not for Beyonce, go ahead girl, but bees. Because that's just like the zzz, the sound I was making. And yeah, fucking hit the water in my phone and I lost those. And so it sucked. But we're moving on. Recently, I've just been writing about what I felt, and today I was coming up with like a rap song. I did a rap song about women who steal from other women, and it was basically you got the house, cars, kids, man. What else could you want? My skin, And I was making a rap song today because an issue that I keep coming across, like invokes an emotion out of me, is that I reproduced with a person who was racist against one of my nationalities. And at the time of our creating the children, I thought he was true. I thought he actually cared about black people and all their qualms, you know. And again, I don't know. I thought I could change racism by I don't know. I was also 19, so bear with me here. I was stupid as fuck. But recently, my kids have told me about how their younger brother, who isn't mine, he's a new recruit, and how he's almost 3, I believe, but he says the hard R, and they tell me about, you know, their dad making N-word jokes and how they feel about it. And I thought to myself, like, how could I have been so stupid to reproduce with someone who hates black people? Like, just internalized it. Who could make jokes in front of his his mixed children, and whose son, who's barely been on this world, in this world for so many months, can now say that in the hard R. So I was like, fuck, dude, like, it's a guilt that you don't get to let go. So I'm like, how do I get this off my chest? Because I'm not gonna rage. I'm not gonna be like, I don't text this person. He doesn't help, so I don't help. I just kind of parallel, you know? But we're getting to the points where these are crossroads. It's like, hey, if you can't stop being racist, and you can't because you're grown ass men, and this is about the part where you kind of, if you miss the emotional, intelligent jump, and you gotta kind of stay where you are. But at the same time, I don't know if my children are safe with you, and you haven't proved that to be true because, you know, Mistress from the Bee song is over here thinking that she's a lady from, you know, the Still from Women song, and y'all are perfect for each other, but you're not good for my kids. So it's just rough. So I'm like, how do I come up with a song? Because I know this isn't uncommon. I talk to so many. I work at an airport bar. You know how many people I've come across every day, and I've come across so many women and men who have been in similar situations, and it's refreshing to talk to a complete stranger and have complete, just, it's XYZ, no more emotion. It is what it is. And to hear them, you know, give their advice, and I'm like, okay, you know, I've just been taking music as a pill, you know, and trying to get through the hard parts with song, because that's just the gift I've been given. I've looked across my plethora of talent, and I can do anything. And I don't mean to be like, you know, conceited, but I have confidence, and I have self confidence and self worth. And I know I'm good at massage therapy, I'm good at bartending, I'm good at accounting, I'm good at whatever I put my mind to. And I give it actual decent chance. But that's only the things I'm interested in. Singing has been something that has been so natural that I didn't even realize it was a gift. I didn't realize writing songs and singing, and I I didn't see it was just such a natural part of my life that it was almost like pooping. Like I just do this shit. Like I don't, don't you, you know, like it's just one of those things. So anyway, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I would love to release an album for called The First Wives Club. And it's just about women who didn't expect to be the first wife. They expected to be the only wife, you know? Nobody goes, not a lot of us at least. I did, and I went straight in knowing I was gonna end up in divorce, but I thought I was doing something good for my kids. So 20-year-old me, you know, a poor girl. But a lot of women who have the same story as me, someone who pretended to be somebody else until there was a moment where they couldn't turn back, and try to make it okay and try to pretend everything was all right, and then everything wasn't all right, and then eventually you get tired of being cheated on and being cheated and being lied to and being the only person sacrificing for something that isn't really reciprocated. You get tired of that. You do. And it's no negative. I think as a 33-year-old, I can say this, and I think this is a different perspective that I offer, is that I don't see it as evil and good. I don't believe in that. I see it as this is that person. That my ex is exactly how they are. That's who they are. It's my fault for thinking that they were any different and by taking their word over their action. That was my lesson to learn. Is that you don't ever blame a stove for being hot. You don't burn your finger on a stove and be like, "Stove, why did you do that? Change." You just don't do it again. And that was it. It was that's just how that person is. And I subscribe to that. And unfortunately I subscribed my children to that. I innocence be damned. That's what happened. So how do we move from here? How do we move forward? Because this person is going to be at my children's wedding. This person is shaping my children, at least half of them. And there comes this disconnect, this understanding that maybe my kids will turn out the opposite of what I want. And that's very real. And maybe all that I'm doing is for nothing. And maybe they end up exactly like their father. And maybe they love that. And maybe that's what they want. And that's what works for them. And I need to be okay no matter what, because I die alone. They could be there holding my hand, but no one is going through that tunnel with me. I go alone. So I need to be in the right mind frame when it's time for me to go to the next step, to be like, I can let this go. You guys are who you are, and I love you no matter what. And you got the curses you got because I stopped where I stopped on my path, and I had you. And I hope for the best. And maybe they're better than both of us. Maybe they hate us both at the end of the road. No one knows. But I need to be okay no matter what. And I find that singing and making songs and just processing is the best way. And I've learned that if someone is trying to make you shut the fuck up, if someone is trying to silence you, it's because you're saying something that makes them feel or look a certain way that they don't want to be perceived as. And I've been told to shut up a lot in my life. But I came to the decision the other day, and I was like, oh my god, you cannot stop song. I will sing a fucking song. Taylor Swift is up there on the stage right now singing about her man's dick, and nobody wants to hear that, but she's upset, like, still paying for it. So I can sing about whatever the fuck I want. I'm pretty sure all of, Halsey's exes really enjoyed Bad at Love. And, I did. But it's just one of those things that you move. You gotta grow. And for me, my voice has always been my gift. And I've accepted that maybe this is how that works. So I don't know if I'll put it on here, and I think I should, because this has been one of my longer running social medias. I've worked really hard on this one by just posting. I didn't forget this one existed. I haven't forgot the password, so this one is my social media. But yeah, so here I am. I'm gonna belt out how I feel when I feel it, and that's that. I don't really care where I go. It's not about being rich and famous. Everyone wants to be rich. Nobody wants to be famous. And I don't think they realize that until after they're famous. But I love the idea of listening to my songs. Or my favorite part is to have people who the songs are about hear the song, know it's about them, and know that everyone's singing along. That to me is closure. And call me conceited, call me egotistical, call me what you want. Everyone wants that. Everyone sings a song to spite an ex, even though that song isn't about their ex. Everyone sings a song that spites the person that hurt them. Everyone sings a song to build them up, to be like, I survived that bitch. Reba's I'm a Survivor is one of my favorite songs from her, next to Fancy, because Fancy is just a classic. All of these things, they're not ours, they're not our stories, but we still sing them. And I like the idea that my story can be sung by people. Even if I'm not the person singing the song, when they hear it, I don't care. I would love to hear my songs on the radio and just be like, ha 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 ha. I would like to have the last laugh. Um, because when people tear you down with the intention of you killing yourself because you've been torn down, you've never been bullied to the point where they're hoping you kill yourself, you might not understand. But everyone who's ever been bullied dreams of looking their bully in the face and just seeing retribution. It is what it is, you know? And for me, it's giving people hope. You know, if I can turn the shit show of a life I was given into something real, so can you. And I would like to be hope because humans need hope. Humans live longer with hope. And right now it's terrible. And I don't want to be indifferent anymore. And I think what I can do right now, what I'm capable of doing right now, is singing a song saying, "You'll be okay, but fuck that bitch." Also, get your shit together. Go to school, get your fucking education, and get your money up because it's gonna help a little bit. It's not gonna solve the problems of the world, but it'll make sure you are in a position where you can stand up for yourself. Not, in song form and an album. I, on side note, have 3 albums. The first one, of course, I can't access. The second one is called The First Wives Club. And then the third one that I'm working on right now is Disclaimer. So I've been working, but secretly, you know. So yeah, that's it. That's my secret, is that I am a singer-songwriter for no one but myself. And I kind of like it that way. And I know that things change when you are more vocal and are visual, so I know it won't be for long, but I enjoy my concerts in the car and my shower, you know, one night onlys. So, anyway, I'm gonna go eat breakfast and get ready for work and go work that fucking 9 to 5 because how else am I gonna do capitalism? I don't know how else to do this. Anyway, good night. Thank you for listening. And I don't know how to turn this off. Oh, I don't know how to turn it off. Okay, bye.